Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good afternoon and welcome once again to Kokomo Municipal Stadium here in the HCAC baseball tournament. We're ready for Game 3 today. The number 1 seed Quakers of Earlham taking on Anderson, who knocked off Hanover just moments ago by a final of 7-6 in dramatic fashion. HCAC baseball being brought to you today by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. 5 central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment, parts, and service needs. Boilermaker Local 374, representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Morales Group Staffing, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. Visit Kokomo. No matter what you're looking for to explore, Kokomo has something for you. And the IndianaSRN sports page, from the court to the field, IndianaSRN brings it home daily information, high school, college, and pro sports, coast to coast. Troy Dergowski, along with the one and only, should I call you the Hall of Famer?
Sure, I'll take it.
Might as well. I'll tell you what, Game 3, if it's as good as Game 2, Chris Schumer, we're in for a treat because Anderson, coming from behind your alma mater, pulls out a 7-6 win, and that's why they're playing here in the third game.
What a finish. But what if the game is as good as it was in Game 1, though?
We're going to be here a long time.
Okay. Right. No more 4-hour games.
Please.
Ninth inning theatrics are invited. But, yeah, really interested to see this game, see whether, you were asking psychologically whether Anderson would have anything left in the tank for a second straight against the top seed in the tournament. It could go the other way too. Does Anderson now have some momentum that can drive them through the next 9 innings against a superior team?
They're going to have to face the right-hander, an all-conference player, first-team player here in Cayman Huntsman. Coming to this one, his 12th start, 57 innings. He's given up 47 hits, 22 runs, only 17 earned runs all season long, 54 strikeouts and 18 walks. He comes in with a 4-2 record, an ERA of 2.68, and opposing teams are only hitting him at a clip of 217. Anderson will need to get off to a better start, I believe, in this game than they did in Game 1 against Hanover.
Yeah, they were super streaky. They had 2 innings, basically, in that game that where they showed some offensive firepower. And on the defensive side, we're going to get another look at a freshman pitcher for Anderson in Rhett Heckman. Same record as Braden Ritchie, 5-4, an ERA of 4.35. So we'll see what kind of juice he's got against the ace on the other side of the diamond.
Well, Trey Dorton will lead things off. Earlham, the number one team, really by far, in the conference in pitching with a 3.85 team ERA. Transylvania is second, and so there's no surprise. They are 1-2 in the conference and 1-2 in this tournament. And the first pitch is on the way, lifted into center field. That'll be a base hit. Dorton first pitch hitting, and we are underway. Good start already for the Ravens.
Pitch was low and kind of inside third of the plate, and just finds a way to push it over to the shortstop for a base hit.
Daniel Barica will step to the plate. 317, no home runs and 24 runs driven in. Rick is behind the plate. Rother's down at first. Jeffries at second. Barnett is at short, and Dick is at third with Wagster. That ball almost got away from Dick. He's an all-conference player.
I think Dorton was having trouble locating where that ball was. He might have had a shot at second base there. Barica, of course, started that ninth inning rally. Be easy to forget.
Here's the stretch and the throw to first. Jimenez in center and Duncan in right field for the Quakers. They have not been in this tournament for the last couple of years, so they are happy to be back. They have a whole slew of all-conference players coming into this one, including the coach of the year in Steve Sakasitz. Bunted back to the pitcher. Huntsman's only play is at first, and Barica does his job. And here is Wolf.
Wolf was so good in that game against Hanover. He was intentionally walked twice, walked on his own accord a third time, had a double and a triple. The double was in that decisive ninth inning.
And I told you that if I were Hanover, I would have walked him again in the ninth inning. And he came up with a big hit. Huntsman's next pitch is in there for a strike. Huntsman out of Lebanon, Indiana. He is a junior. He, along with the other pitchers for the Quakers, are taught very early when they get to Earlham is they want to attack hitters. There's no need to pitch around these guys. There's a swing and a miss.
Huntsman took something off that pitch, and that's the first time I've seen Wolf look uncomfortable today.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes. They'll throw down to second, and he throws it into center field, and good backup by the center fielder, preventing the runner to get to third. Rare mistake there by Huntsman.
Dorton may be fortunate there because Huntsman might have had him if he makes a good throw.
The stretch and the 0-2 pitch, high and outside. We've had 2 games today. One that took over 3.5 hours. That was that 15-9 game in which Rose-Hulman had beat Franklin. And then just about 45 minutes ago, Anderson rallied to beat Hanover 7-6. They had 4 runs in the 9th inning to advance to this game as that pitch low and inside.
The more you watch Wolf, the more you just see why he has so much success and why other teams fear him. He's not going to bite on a bad pitch even with 2 strikes.
Break-even pitch, got him looking. So 2 away, first strikeout of the game now for Huntsman, and that'll bring up Dorsch. 314 on the year, 4 home runs and 20 runs driven in. Anderson was as flat as you could get until the 6th inning of that last game. Throw to second once again. A little better throw this time by Huntsman.
Certainly a missed opportunity with Wolf at the plate and 1 out and can't even get the ball in play.
Off the end of the bat, foul.
He stood still for a moment there, but a little misdirection. Hits a rock or something. And he realized that's a little closer to fair ball than maybe I should be messing with. Starts taking a few steps toward first base.
By the way, Dorsch 1 for 5 in that first game. Huntsman will come set. Here's the pitch. That one hit into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third is Dorton. And Anderson gets on the board. They lead it 1-0.
I was going to say, Dorsch, you know, he comes up with a big hit there. He was also a big part of that 9th inning rally. After Wolf doubled, Dorsch came to the plate in that one too.
So here's Dylan Hogan, 314 on the year, 5 home runs and 27 runs driven in. If you're the Ravens, you feel very good that you get off to a quick start here in the top of the first inning. Check swing. Does he go around? He did.
Sure did. Probably could have called that one himself.
Anderson knows today they'll need to score some runs. This is a very potent offense they're facing. Dick, off balance throw, and the runner first is safe. And the inning will continue. And here's the hero of the last game, Ben Brown. Brown, the home run, the 2-run shot in the 9th inning.
He'll remember that one for the rest of his life.
Yeah, no kidding. So now 2 runners on base, 2 away, and the pitch low and outside, ball 1. By the way, I don't want to say it, so I'm not.
Say what?
Anything about rain.
Okay.
Try to hold off.
We're going to be dry.
Good. As ball gets away from Rick. Runners will advance. I would imagine at that point that's a pass ball. Not the kind of start that the top-seeded Quakers were hoping for. Base hit by Brown will score at least 1. The pitch. Outside for a ball. Zayden Stiller is on deck.
Green light here, 3-0?
No. There's strike 1. Brown way back on the batter's box, looking for a base hit here. The pitch. And there's strike 2.
That's a pretty good pitch to do something with. Pretty surprised that Brown laid off that.
We saw this Earlham team against Transylvania over in Richmond a couple of weeks ago. Pitch is high and outside, ball 4, bases loaded.
Pays off for Brown, his patience there.
Now they split that game with Transylvania. Those 2 games in Transylvania. Their offense is just so good. And we mentioned the pitching already, and they're going to have a visit in Huntsman. So they're trying to settle him down here in the first inning of play, brought to you by Subway Catering. I'm sure at this situation, again, bases loaded. You have 2 outs, get the easy out at any base. Now I haven't seen Huntsman pitch this season, but I would venture to say at this stage just settle him down a little bit. Stiller's the number 7 hitter. A .238 season batting average. I mentioned a little bit ago for their philosophy for Earlham, just go after these hitters. And there's a pitch for a strike. Dorsch at third, Hogan at second, Brown is at first. The pitch in the dirt, blocked there by Rick. Dylan Rick, a second-team all-conference player behind the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he either hit him, it looked like it did. Caught just a piece of him. And Stiller down to first, second run of this half inning, and not a great start for Cayman Huntsman.
Heck of a way to get an RBI, though.
In it. And here is Kellen Bailey.
Now, if you're Anderson, how long can you ride this high, this momentum?
That pitch, a called strike. Eighth hitter of this first inning now for the Ravens. The 0-1. Now 0-2.
That's why I want hitters to swing at that first pitch. It's only going to get harder if it's a cold strike. Bases are loaded.
Low outside. They will check if he went around, and he didn't.
Pretty good two-strike pitch there. Enticed Bailey a little bit.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Got him. 8 batters to the plate. They scored 2 runs after half inning. Anderson leads at 2-0.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get him.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Every day when I walk into a classroom, I feel blessed and privileged to teach something I love, film.
I hope so. Hope it ranks up there for you.
The film, titled Hellcat.
Well, Red Heckman, as you had alluded to earlier, will get the start. He has thrown 70 to third innings this season as an ERA, a very respectable 4.35, and Sean Jeffries will lead things off. He's currently hitting .319 with a couple of home runs, and takes that pitch for a called strike. Earlham 26-11 on the year. They went 18-4 in the conference. That was hit well into left field. So Jeffries with a leadoff base hit, and the Quakers get a man on early. Jonathan Jimenez will step to the plate. 282 on the year, 4 home runs and 18 runs driven in.
Here's something interesting about Rhett Heckman. He's listed from Spencer, Indiana, and high school Okaw Valley. Pretty sure that has to be Owen Valley, right?
Yeah.
On Anderson's website.
The stretch and the pitch, and it hit him. So Jimenez will head on down to first. Here is Rother. So here is Rother .376 on the year, 9 home runs and 45 runs driven in, and the pitch is outside. Rother is a first-team all-conference player, 9 home runs. That's big as he takes that pitch low and outside. He and McFarland back-to-back 9 home run hitters. Heckman's pitch on the way is low for a ball. Jeffries at second, Jimenez down at first. Here's the pitch, and he walks him.
Tough start here. Saw it in the other direction.
And here's McFarland.
Can you find a way to entice a double play? Have to think if it's to either of the corners, they're going home here. And if it's up the middle, they're going to try to get the double play.
So Heckman in trouble, back up the middle, and gets through. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and all of a sudden it's a 2-all ball game here in the first inning.
Anderson didn't look like they were on the same page up the middle. Like someone should have at least gotten a glove on that ball.
So Jeffries and Jimenez
here it is again.
Score.
Yeah, I mean, one of them jumped over it.
That probably won't get the job done. Here is Wagster, 358. He shows bunt and pulls back, ball 1. Wagster, another first team all HCAC player. 358 on the season, has driven in 28. It didn't take Earlham long to get back into this one. Bunted, and that'll go foul. Good effort there by Stiller.
Well, I don't think Brad Pitt would like the bunt there, but sometimes that's a sign of a good baseball player, though, if they're hitting 360 and they're still willing to put the bunt down.
Rother is down at second, McFarland at first, and he'll square to bunt again. Coming off the mound is Heckman, and he will not get him. Yeah, he got down the line quickly. Still no outs here in the first inning, and here is Austin Dick.
And I believe we're going to get some bullpen action already. And sometimes, you know, it's location, it's situational pitching, it's you know, are they throwing what they're usually throwing in terms of pitches, in terms of velocity. Sometimes it's body language.
Yeah.
And Heckman's looked a little phased here early.
These two teams split in the regular season. They only play twice depending on the schedule. Sometimes you play a team twice, sometimes you play them 3 times. Earlham won the first game 7-4. Anderson won the second game 6-5. That pitch is a strike. I'm not sure what that call was.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was saying.
Austin Dick at 337 on the year. Popped up right side. That'll be in foul territory, and Wolf will make the catch for the first out.
It's a big out for Anderson. Needed that one.
This game's starting to look a little bit like game 1. Here
say
is Chris Barnett. Barnett, 343 on the year, home run and 18 runs driven in. He's another first-teamer. And the pitch is a called strike by Heckman. Each team 2 runs, each team 3 hits. The 0-1. Chop back to the mound. They'll have a play at the plate. Can they get 2? They will not. But they get the important lead runner in Rother for out number 2. And here's Dylan Rick. Each team sending 8 batters to the plate in the first inning. Rick is a second team all HCAC player. And the first pitch he sees from Heckman is a strike.
Very hittable pitch, too.
Here's the 0-1. Well, that missed just outside. Quakers have a chance to take the lead right here. The pitch. He went around. Got fooled by that one, and now Rick is behind it 1-2.
This next pitch should not be hittable.
Got it. Leaving the bases loaded, but the Quakers get 2. We head to the second, tied at 2.
Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
I go to Berea College, it's automatically, oh, so do you make brooms? And I have the pleasure to say, yeah, I actually do. Although being a broom maker is a little bit of a niche experience and niche community, it's sort of world famous, at least Berea brooms. When I first saw the broom wall, it was definitely intimidating. Coming in there as a woman, I was scared that I wasn't strong enough, but thankfully I am strong enough. And throughout learning a specific broom, especially within our catalog, it can be really defeating when you try to execute something and it's not quite right. But when you finally get it, it's really rewarding. I think having the confidence to fail has been my biggest growth, and part of that is community, and part of that is having space, time, and materials to mess up, and being able to take it to somebody like Amanda Lee or even a peer student, just being like, what do we like about this? What don't we like about it?
Ian Botts will lead things off here in the second. We're tied at 2. This is the third game of the day here in the HCAC baseball tournament. And the pitch by Huntsman is a called strike. I did not expect both teams to send 8 batters to the plate in the first inning. But you just never know. Chopper over the mound. Could be a tough play. The shortstop Barnett. Strong throw to first, gets the first out, 1 away. Here's Dorton.
Earlham, middle infield, a little more on the same page there than Anderson was.
Yeah. Dorton got things started in the first inning, a base hit. Scored one of the 2 runs for the Ravens. I think when you look back a lot of times in the games that were played in the regular season, that breaking pitch could not have missed by much. I hate to say a lot of times it doesn't matter, but I think it does when you get into tournament play. A lot of times the strategies may change and who you're going to pitch, who you're not going to pitch. That's a called strike. As the lights come on here in Kokomo, I just think that sometimes you get into tournament play, it's a different animal. And I remember even as a coach in basketball, the feeling was so much different that the regular season just didn't mean much. I recall one game where we got stomped at the beginning of the year by a team, and then we beat them in the tournament and beat them badly. So you just never know when you get into the tournament.
As almost any baseball coach will say, it's a game of inches too, and so fluky things can happen.
Dick knocks it down and stays with it. 2 away. Yeah, anything, and again, when you're basically just trying to survive in this tournament and you don't want to get into the loser's bracket, you're trying to throw everything you can out there to stay in the winner's side.
I mean, I don't know who in this vicinity, ourselves included, would have had a Ben Brown 9th inning game-winning home run on their bingo card for today.
No. Yeah, he wasn't even in the starting lineup. Yeah, I wouldn't have bet on that at all. 1 ball, no strikes to Barica. Sacrifice in the first inning. We have seen over the years some really strange things happen in the game of baseball in this tournament. There's a strike. The thing about Huntsman, too, he probably feels, you know what, my offense is so good, maybe I give up a couple of runs early. I'm going to settle down in inning number 2 and let my offense go to work. That'll be a chopper foul. So as a pitcher, you have that confidence to know that those guys they're going to hit for you. It's very rare, if you look up and down Earlham's schedule, that they're going to get beat badly. Now, they did lose that one game to Transylvania 4-2 in 11, but they just you don't hold them to 2 runs very often. Jeffries will charge and low throw. The row, they're able to dig it out. 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of 2. We're tied at 2 apiece.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Hi, I'm Zach Likens.
I'm Ella Zaborowski.
And I'm Darius Spokey, and we're admissions counselors here at Bluffton University. And we're going to show you some of our favorite places on campus.
College Hall, this is where it all began in 1899. It's home to Ramsire Auditorium and the Learning Resource Center, one of 3 student success centers on campus. The other 2, the Writing Center and the Center of Career and Vocation, are right next door in the Musselman Library. Our success centers are a big reason why 98% of our graduates are employed in graduate school or completing long-term service within the first 6 months of graduation.
This is Centennial, where many of your classes will be held. Bluffton has an 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio, which means your class sizes will be small and you'll get to know your professors. Plus, Bluffton has more than 90 majors, minors, and programs to choose from.
Ready to have some fun? Let's check out Marbeck Center, home to the Commons, where you eat. Marbeck Desk, where you can check out equipment like hammocks and bikes, and Bob's Place, where you can hang out and where our voluntary chapels are held.
Head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It'll be Evan Duncan to lead things off for the Quakers. We're tied at 2 apiece. A swing and a miss by Duncan, hitting .214 on the year. Inning number 2 brought to you by Oscar Pizza. Heckman's next pitch on the way is grounded foul. The wind starting to pick up a little bit here in Kokomo. Now the wind starting to affect us from the camera standpoint, especially the one in center field that is wide open. The 1-1 pitch, 2-1. I think once we get this little front to pass, we'll be in good shape. We're just hoping not to have any delays here. Here's the 2-1 pitch, hit hard but foul. Duncan, Jeffries, and Jimenez all due up here for the Quakers.
His parents seem to be expecting some rain down on the Anderson side.
They're leaving, or at least they're getting under cover.
Yeah, they're positioning themselves. Someone's looking at radar.
Boy, if you can get one up in the jet stream to right field, it's going to carry out of here for sure. That's hit foul.
Those HCAC flags out there.
They may not be there pretty soon. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And swing and a miss by Duncan. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Heckman. 1 away here in the second. That'll bring up Jeffries. Jeffries singled and scored in the first inning. Hit well into left field. Dorsch going back on it a few steps will make the catch. 2 away. Here is Jimenez, the number 2 hitter. Hit by the pitch and scored a run in the first inning. Good breaking pitch there by Heckman. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Down the line, but foul. Now 2-2. The pitch on the way, and that gets away from Stiller. But a full count now, 3-2. Hit well to the shortstop, Hogan. He'll take it on the hop, and the throw to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning. We will be heading to the third, brought to you by Hacienda Mexican Restaurants. We have not gotten an update from the softball tournament that's going on here in Kokomo as well. We had a couple of finals earlier today. We have not received word on how that tournament is going. If we do, we'll certainly pass that along. Want to remind you that this broadcast is a copyright production of HCAC.TV and the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Any use, reproduction, or distribution of audio or video without the express written permission of those 2 entities is strictly prohibited.
It's a great shot of the swirling wind that we're feeling a little bit of, even in our booth.
You know, the advantage for us here too, and it's a beautiful stadium, and glad that we can be in and out, make sure we're not out in the open air, but there are some press boxes, as you probably know, that they are open air, and you can't get away from all of that, so we're in a good situation here.
I think you get used to just, being in a booth by ourselves,
Yeah.
Getting spoiled up here in Kokomo.
Yeah, we head to the third. It'll be Wolf, Dorsch, and Hogan all due up. Huntsman, after having a shaky first inning, has settled down here as he's ready to face Wolf for the second time. He struck him out in the first inning. We had nothing but sunshine up until mid-afternoon. We were looking at the forecast and thought maybe there could be some rain, as this one will be hit toward the second baseman, Jeffries. And the throw to first, one away. Wolf now 0 for 2. Looks like some umbrellas are out. We're getting a little bit of light rain showers. John Dorsch, 1 for 1 today with an RBI. I think the umpire may be sending the grounds crew down the line and perhaps get the tarp ready if needed. Either that or he just kicked him out of the ballpark. Oh, the gate opened down there. Took 3 of them to go down there and close it. Gotcha. Hit foul.
Do they have a tarp for the?
I think they do someplace.
For the turf field?
I think it's impressive that 3 of them ran down there to close that gate. Why use 1 when you can use 3? Pitch is outside.
It's an excuse to stay warm, Troy.
They might have been really bored. I got to get out of this dugout and run down there. Raining a little harder now. Pitch came inside. Of course, this will be interesting from a pitcher standpoint, as Huntsman with the grip on the baseball will change. The 2-1 pitch lifted high in the air. Jimenez to his right, and coming over will be Duncan to make the catch. That ball just continued to drift from center to right field. 2 away. Here's Hogan. Hogan today 1 for 1. He was part of that 3-hit first inning. That pitch in there for a called strike. You can see right there, Rick generally comes up out of his crouch and gives that little soft toss back to the pitcher. Just came out of his hand that time, so you can tell maybe that ball getting a little slick. Fly ball, left field. Again, that's drifting. Jimenez going back on it. Jimenez can't get to it. Hogan rounding second. Here's the relay to third. Tag laid on, and they got him. Hogan tried to stretch it to 3, but a great relay, and that'll do it for Anderson here in the third. We are tied at 2 apiece.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Hi, I'm Zach Likens.
I'm Ella Zaborowski.
And I'm Darius Spokey, and we're admissions counselors here at Bluffton University. And we're going to show you some of our favorite places on campus.
College Hall, this is where it all began in 1899. It's home to Ramsire Auditorium and the Learning Resource Center, one of 3 student success centers on campus. The other 2, the Writing Center and the Center of Career and Vocation, are right next door in the Musselman Library. Our success centers are a big reason why 98% of our graduates are employed in graduate school or completing long-term service within the first 6 months of graduation.
This is Centennial, where many of your classes will be held. Bluffton has an 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio, which means your class sizes will be small and you'll get to know your professors. Plus, Bluffton has more than 90 majors, minors, and programs to choose from.
Ready to have some fun? Let's check out Marbeck Center, home to the Commons where you eat. Marbeck Desk, where you can check out equipment like hammocks and bikes, and Bob's Place, where you can hang out and where our voluntary chapels are held. Bluffton has more than 60 clubs, student groups, and intramural sports like tennis ball golf.
Right behind me is Emory Sears Athletic Complex. It holds Salzman Stadium, Memorial Field, and the softball diamond. Stadium lights were recently installed on Alumni Field so games can be played under the lights. You'll also be able to enjoy beaver tailgating, Bluffton Olympics, and movies under the stars on this end of campus.
Welcome to the Bluffton University Nature Preserve. It's 160 acres of natural beauty for students to enjoy year-round. There's a pond for catch and release fishing and water sports, hiking trails, and the swinging bridge. The cross-country team uses it for their home meets, and it also serves as a natural laboratory for some of our science classes. Let's head back to campus for a few more stops.
This is Newfound Lawn. Bluffton has 6 residence halls and student apartments. Did you know we're a residential community? That means the majority of our students live on campus.
Here's Yoder Recital Hall, a 300-seat performance space where our concerts are held. It's located right next to Mosman Hall, which holds our music classrooms and practice space.
Flags representing some of our international students are on display in front of Summer Center. This facility promotes health, fitness, and wellness education. At Bluffton, we have 18 NCAA athletic teams, as well as esports. But through our virtue-driven athletics program, we like to say we're all on one team. Go Beavers!
This is Souder Visual Art Center, featuring an art gallery, classrooms, and studio space for graphic design, ceramics, printmaking, painting, and so much more.
We started this tour with Bluffton's oldest building, and now we'd like to show you the newest. Nolan Science Center, opened in fall of 2023, features anatomy, biology, chemistry, and dietetics labs. There's also plenty of places to study.
That's the end of our tour, but there's so much more to see.
At Bluffton, you'll find a community of belonging and a world of opportunity.
And we're so excited to show you more during a campus visit.
Now we are back, and as you see, there is nobody out there. The umpires gathered together. They got the 2 coaches together, and they're going to wait for the rain to move through. Now we're close, but we are in a rain delay, and we will have to wait and see how long this will last. We will come back and inform you as quick as we can, and by that time, maybe we'll be ready to play once again. We're tied at 2 apiece as we are moving to the 3rd. We are back here in Kokomo. It is officially a 28-minute rain delay, and I know when you left us it was raining, cloudy, and windy, and now we got sunshine like we're in Florida.
And we have tacos in our bellies, so
oh man,
what a deal.
And so does one of the umpires. Not all three of them, but just one of them.
At least one was in there.
We won't name which one, but all right, here's the scenario 2-2. As we play here in the top of the third inning, instead of starting that half inning, that's when the umpire said, let's just delay. So it'll be Rother, McFarland, and Wagster all due up for the Quakers here in the third. And Heckman's first pitch swung on and hit down the line. Barica on the run, and he'll run out of real estate. Each team scoring 2 runs in the first inning, and that's where we stand here now in the third. Rother walked in that first inning. It's been a very cool day today. No matter what, they're going to have to get a towel now and wipe off home plate as it got a little bit dirty during the rain delay. And look at that. That is Steve Sakasitz. That is why he is the coach of the year. He doesn't mind going out and doing the dirty work. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. After this game, hang around. We'll have Rose-Hulman in Transylvania, the number 3 and 1 seeds.
Troy, we've talked about my bias today, but Richmond is a place that you're very familiar with. And
here's a fly ball, right center field. There to make the catch is Dorton.
Yeah, you got a good amount of your broadcasting start or middle in Richmond.
Yeah.
How much was or wasn't Earlham a part of that?
Part of it for 30 years.
Okay.
I saw the good, bad, and the ugly. That pitch low and outside, and when Steve Sakasitz was hired as the head coach, the Earlham program from baseball-wise was really struggling. Ooh. That one caught a piece of Stiller. But he has taken a Division I mentality into Richmond, and that's why they've had so much success. He won his 300th game in his career at Earlham and just has things going extremely well. And the one thing about Earlham in Richmond is, from a sports standpoint, there isn't a whole lot of coverage there by the local media, but I always felt that it was necessary to cover them when I was in radio for all those years, and I continued to cover them when I got into my own business. Here's the 2-1. And we did 100 games a year with Earlham in all their sports, whether it be baseball or at that time even football when they had a program. But one thing about doing Earlham all those years, it was, at least for me, and I told Coach Sakasitz, it was the most fun because we would do a show every week. We would also do player interviews after games, and it was just a lot of fun to be around. There's a swing and a miss by McFarland. And here's Wagster. But things have changed, haven't they?
Stiller shows a little pep in his step after the little scare there. Hops up, tags the hitter, so hopefully he's okay.
I've been away from Richmond and in Indianapolis for the last 6 years, and I keep up with Coach Sakasitz and what he's been able to do with his program. And I was here, and the last time they won the championship back in 2022. The 1-0 pitch. Wagster, a big cut and a miss. He picked up a base hit in the first inning. Pitch is outside, 2-1. Mentioned Wagster, one of those first-team all-conference players, putting together a solid year. And the pitch is inside. And now 3 balls and a strike. And their facility in Richmond at Earlham is just second to none. They just added a brand new hitting facility as well. That'll be ball 4. So from a recruiting standpoint, he certainly has a huge advantage. Of course, they just now started in the last couple of years, restarted their softball program, and they've had success over the last couple of years since they've been back in action. Here is Austin Dick. Built a stadium right next to the baseball stadium there on the campus. And the pitch inside, and Heckman, after getting the first 2 hitters, struggling a little bit here with 5 and 6. Foul tip held on by Stiller. The stretch by Heckman. Almost had Wagster leaning down at first base. This is a battle between Earlham, the number 1 seed. Anderson is the number 5 seed. Again, a throw to first.
Always getting information on those in addition to trying to get a guy out. And Wagster definitely leaning towards second on not that throw, but the throw before it.
1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away as we play here in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Throw down to second. Tag laid on, and they got him. Great throw by Stiller. That'll end the thread here in the 3rd. We head to the 4th inning. We're tied at 2.
Every once in a while, I get something right. He's collecting cameras.
Now we will head to the 4th inning. It'll be Brown, Stiller, and Bailey all due up. Is Huntsman back in for another half inning of work? By the way, you just heard that Chris says he gets, what did you say your quote
Every
was?
once in a while, I get something right. You know, I'm going to take credit for that. Apparently, Anderson saw the same thing that I saw.
That's true.
Is a different way to look at it.
There you see the right-hander Huntsman back in for his 4th inning of work, and so far has given up 2 runs and 4 hits. He gave up those 2 runs back in the 1st inning. Our 4th inning is brought to you by Hampton Inn of Kokomo. Had a 28-minute rain delay, but boy, the conditions have, it's been kind of a weird day when you think about, we started out plenty of sunshine, but rather cold. Turned into a nice afternoon. That turned into cloudy skies, and then here came the rain, and now we're back to sunshine.
I'm telling you, a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
We got traffic to start the day.
I loved it.
We got a really long first game.
Really loved it.
We got a really exciting second game. And then we got a rain delay. We still got a game and a half to go here.
Yeah, to give you an idea, and for those that are just tuning in, I left my house in the Cumberland area at 7:25. My GPS took me down some back roads, and I thought maybe I was in Fort Wayne at one time as Brown steps to the plate. And you guys got on 465 north, and you got stuck, correct?
So I did not.
You did not.
I got out of there early enough, but also I just live in a different part of the city as you guys. I just went straight up Keystone into 31.
Okay, so you missed it all.
Yep.
Well, Nathaniel, who is the producer for the softball games, he got stuck on 465. I'm in the back roads again at Hoboken Nowhere as that pitch is outside. It took me from the time I left my house at 7:25 just to get here, 58 miles, it took me almost 2 hours to get here. needless to say, I was in a great mood when I drove in.
Very jolly.
Yes. Popped up foul. Dick will give it a look, and that sails out of play. So, yeah, I got here at about 9:23. Our pregame time at 9:50. Trying to set everything up. It was really a good time to be had by all, is what it was. But to see your smiling face and everybody else here, it was just a joy to walk into this press box. Brown walked his first time up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Brown strikes out. One away now for Stiller.
Brown can strike out the rest of the day, and he will still have had a very, very good day.
Yeah, he was the hero of their win earlier. It'll be interesting to see how Hanover comes back tomorrow after blowing that lead late. Stiller hit by a batter, and the songs are still playing the walk-up music. You know what? In golf, you got to be quiet. In football and basketball, and you got all the noise, but you don't do anything in baseball. Why not?
You can do it in the NBA. I don't understand why you can't do it here.
I agree. Hard hit, backhanded by Dick down at third. 2 away. That'll bring up Bailey. You know me, if golfers as good as they think they are, they ought to be able to take the heckling and everything else, right, from the crowd.
Free throw shooters, all the nonsense they have to deal with.
Exactly. Bailey struck out, his lone time up, and we have the third base coach coming down to talk with Bailey. What do you see out there? Well, that's a really good question, Coach. What do you want me to see?
Let's get him out of his rhythm is what I see. Let's slow him down. Oh, by the way, we got someone warming up in the bullpen. Wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Huntsman's like, that's not going to bother me. I've been around too long. Three strikeouts so far today for Cayman Huntsman. Third baseman Dick charging in just in case Bailey has any thoughts of laying down a bunt. One thing is interesting about Rick, the catcher, you never see him throw the ball hard back to the pitcher. We noticed that when we were at Earlham against Transylvania. Always soft tosses it back. Very rare that you see a catcher do that. There's a called strike. And he generally comes out from behind the plate and does exactly the same thing every
Bizarre.
time.
Yeah, he's halfway to the pitcher by the time he throws back.
I want to ask him about that, too.
Yeah, if you were following him regularly, it'd be an interesting thing. I wonder if he even recognize, if it's something he's intentional about or if it's just sort of a habit.
There's a called strike, quickly 1-2. Now, very rare. See, now, wait a minute. He gets up and does the same thing.
He thought about it.
Yeah. It's interesting.
And is he saying things while he's kind of pump faking to the pitcher?
That's a really good question. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of inning number 4, tied at 2. Huntsman's pitch, and just fouled off by Bailey. Turf might still be a little bit wet. Now there's an underhand. It's different, isn't it?
It's bizarre.
I've got to ask. If I don't see him, I'll see Coach Sakasitz and see if we know what it is. By the way, they didn't reset the pitch clock. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Bailey strikes out for the second time. Anderson, 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 2. Want to welcome you back once again to hitting that Earlham has put together this year, but so far they've managed just 3 hits to go with those 2 runs. So here is Austin Dick. 337 on the year, couple of home runs, 21 runs driven in. And the pitch in there for a called strike. This youngster right here has pitched very well against a good hitting Earlham team as Dick fouls that one off. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. They will reset the pitch clock. High fly ball, shallow left field. Going out is Hogan. Coming in will be Dorsch, and Dorsch will make the catch. There's one away. And here's Chris Barnett. That was impressive was the starter for Hanover. It's kind of a shame in a lot of ways he wasn't able to get the win as that pitch is low.
Such a tough one for him to stomach.
Yeah, when you consider that he went, 8 innings?
8 2/3.
Man. Had an ERA of 7 coming in, and yet he held Anderson in check. There's a called strike.
6-3 when he left?
I believe it was, yeah. Yep, 6-3. One ball and 1 strike now to Barnett.
Maybe that's a situation where, and he did leave with 128 pitches. So, typically that would be a lot.
Yeah.
But one that probably haunts the manager too. Do I leave him in for another 5 pitches and get out of there?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, talk about the game of how you're going to handle this pitching staff by all these teams can be very trying as a head coach. 3 balls and a strike now to Barnett.
And interesting that Anderson makes this change right here because, their starter had found some rhythm. He struggled in the first inning.
And we'll go to 3-2.
And Heckman was at 50 pitches.
You know what? I got to take this back because this looks like it may be Joe Wilson, number 48, who has come in for Heckman.
Yes.
Okay. Hit foul. My bad. I was looking at Wilson over here. Yeah, Joe Wilson, number 48, in for Heckman. So the change happening here in the 4th inning. And the 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and Barnett will reach base, the 1-out walk. Joe Wilson has only thrown 16 innings so far this year. He has an ERA of 7.88. He's given up 15 runs, 14 earned. So a little bit of a gamble here for the Ravens as now it'll be Dylan Rick. That one in the dirt. And easily to second base is Barnett on the wild pitch. One number I noticed on Joe Wilson on the season, when you look at this category, 6 wild pitches, he's hit 8 batters in the 16 innings. So control has certainly been an issue as he misses outside. One away as we play here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that pitch gets away from Stiller. So 2 wild pitches in this half inning. And just like that, Barnett standing down at third. Are you remotely surprised that Wilson is in right now?
Yeah, I am. Because I thought Heckman had found some rhythm.
That pitch low for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And here's Duncan.
And now we got more activity in Anderson's bullpen. So I don't think Wilson will get a very long leash if he's going to walk people.
So Heckman went 3 innings. He only threw 50 pitches. I say only, but 50 pitches. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. So maybe they're feeling they might have to use him again. There's another wild pitch. And the lead run scores as Barnett rounding the bases without a base hit and 3 wild pitches. And Rick also advancing down to second base. It is not often you see 3 wild pitches in a half inning. But now the Quakers lead at 3-2, and that was quick. Duncan struck out back in the second inning. He shows bunt, and the pitch is outside. Kind of see the body language there of Wilson. If any indication is he was not real happy with his performance on that last pitch, and that misses up high, and he's now down 3-0. And misses outside, ball 4. 3 walks here for Wilson, along with 3 wild pitches. And Anderson will go to their bullpen. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is. The Quakers lead at 3-2.
Poached egg on avocado toast.
Ew.
Your flash-fried porgy over chips.
Ew.
Your fresh Maine lobster with microgreens.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles.
She's fine. She's fine.
Your waffles, milady.
It matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Let's hear from Aus, a senior biochemistry major from Syria. At Earlham, students can pursue applied minors like medical humanities to personalize their education and make unique connections between academics and personal interests. These programs also unlock opportunities for students to integrate international travel or co-curricular experiences into their core area of study. Tell us all about it, Aus. Take it away.
Now the new pitcher for the Ravens will be Kyan Miller, and he is another freshman. You get a good look at the right-hander right there, and he's now in a tough situation as well with runners at first and second. 3 wild pitches and 3 walks given up by Wilson. He is done for the day. Quakers would love to take advantage of the situation right now. You have the top of the order. This is where things get really interesting from 1 through about 6 in the order.
And it looks like Miller's been in some different spots. He's got some saves. He did start 1 game. So he's probably a battle-tested reliever for Anderson, even if he is only a freshman.
Here is the leadoff hitter, Sean Jeffries, singled and scored in the first, lined out in the second inning. Now it's up to Miller to put out the fire here, and they'll throw at least attempt back to second base.
Getting his signs from his shortstop.
Miller will come set. And the pitch. That's a called strike.
That's a really good pitch.
The 0-1. Popped him up, right side. Foul territory. Wolf is there. We'll squeeze that one for out number 2, and that's a big out.
That's a huge out.
Here is Jonathan Jimenez hit by a pitch in the first inning, scored. He grounded out in the second inning. So 2 away, and that pitch in there for a called strike. That is Rick down at second base. Duncan is at first. The pitch outside for a ball. Here's the 1-1. Good breaking ball. So we'll go to 1-2. The 1-2 is outside. That'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jimenez, the number 2 hitter in the order, hitting at .282 on the year. Has a little pop at his bat with 4 home runs. Check swing, got him looking. Jimenez strikes out, but Earlham takes the lead, 3-2.
I'm Arvind Tapalia. I am Associate Professor of Physics at Franklin College. Balls, lying on a bed of 5,000 nails and getting struck by a sledgehammer. I teach all my classes at Franklin either using a flipped classroom approach or a project-based learning approach or some combination of both because I want my students to get excited about science not just through lectures but through hands-on interactive learning. And as a faculty, I feel really encouraged and supported by the college to step outside of the traditional teaching practices and explore and apply more engaging and experiential learning approaches. My enthusiasm sort of naturally translates into a more positive and engaging experience for my students. And I think
back here in Kokomo, head to the 5th inning, brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Ian Potts will lead things off, 0 for 1 as he grounded out back in the second inning. Now Huntsman has a 3-2 lead. First pitch, right down the middle for a strike.
I don't know why they're watching those pitches. It's not gonna. You're probably not gonna get a better one.
Yeah, sometimes they say the first pitch in the sequence is the best because the hitter should say the pitcher wants to get out in front.
Yep.
Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lifted high in the air, left side. Could be playable near the warning track, and the shortstop Barnett will squeeze it there for out number 1. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Trey Dorton.
It's funny to me that he wears number 49.
It's not a usual baseball number, is it?
It's a linebacker number.
So there has to be some significance to it, correct?
Yeah, surely. I'm sure he picked it.
So quick out here in the 5th. Dorton 1 for 2 with a run scored back in that first inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Anderson trying to win their 23rd game of the year. They had 1 tie this year. Pitch is inside.
Now I can't stop watching the catcher throw it back.
It is very unorthodox for sure. Ground ball to Barnett. And 2 away. That'll bring up now Daniel Barica. Barica sacrifice in the first, grounded out in the second. By the way, Coach Sakasitz is in charge of where he places his defenders, so you'll see him when you can once in a while come up out of the dugout and directs where the outfielders are going to play as that pitch misses low and outside. One of the few that does that, at least in the conference. I haven't seen too many other coaches do it outside of the HCAC. Popped up left side. Wagster, Barnett. It'll be Wagster, and a 1-2-3 inning for the second time in a row. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, 3-2 Quakers.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through, from coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
I'm Glennae Meinhardt from the biology department, and I have been working with students on trying to find this really rare insect called Merope tuber, the forceps fly. So we've been on the hunt for this mysterious, weird bug that we don't know much about. Finding the insects has been really tough. A couple of years ago we found a bunch of them at around the same time of the year. It was a county record. It had never been found here before.
What we're thinking right now is that they reside underground, and so it's a lot more difficult for us to catch them. We've been using these, they're called malaise traps. It's like a bunch of mesh nets that are set up that will intercept the insects in their flight path, and then they'll crawl up into a tube of ethanol, which we'll then collect and look through.
And without having the specimens, we can't really answer any of our questions that we have. So what causes them to emerge from the ground? Where are they even living? The immature stages have never been found. Nobody knows how males and females mate. We don't know what they eat, and so this big question mark of a species is what we've been focusing on. So it's been challenging, it's been fun, and the students have been, I think, experiencing both parts of those emotions, frustration and happiness and joy when we do find them. But in the meantime, we've been working on other projects in the lab as well. Seeing 2 students get excited about this really rare, kind of ugly-looking insect screaming in the woods just from excitement, that's been really fun for me to see.
So I'm Dr. Pamela Pretorius, and I'm working with Maggie Donovan this summer. Her project is focused on collecting Culex pipiens mosquitoes here around campus and trying to genotype them so we can get a better understanding of the population that's here in the area. These mosquitoes.
Back here in Kokomo as Mitchell Rother at the plate. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rother walked in the first inning, flew out in the third. Quakers lead at 3-2. Miller back in for another inning of work, and that's fouled away. This is the middle of the order. You have to be very careful with all the power between Rother and McFarland. If I'm not mistaken, Rother tied the career home run record at Earlham in the last week of the regular season as that pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Off the end of the bat. Bottom half of inning number 5. It's been certainly a long day for the 4 umpires that have rotated here today. This one hit well into left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And that'll bring up now Jackson McFarland. Nice to have a right-handed power hitter in Rother, and then you have a left-handed power hitter in McFarland right in the middle of that order. 4th hit for the Quakers.
And that's a big reason why Earlham's second in the conference in home runs hit.
Popped up. Hogan, the shortstop, to make the catch in shallow center field, and that's a big out of McFarland. 1 away now for Wagster. I know that watching McFarland, he didn't miss it by much, but he probably feels, again, I'm one of those guys, I'd rather see a pitch before I take a swing. But McFarland swings at the first pitch, and that one is outside for a ball. There is the right-handed hitting Noah Wagster. Breaking pitch called strike. Popped him up. Foul territory. Stiller. The catcher will make the play, and there's 2 away. They got 2 big hitters right there. That'll bring up Austin Dick. Austin 0 for 2. Flew out in the first inning and flew out in the 4th. Miller's done his job since coming in. There's a swing and a miss. Giving up just the 1 base hit to Rother here in the 5th. Ground ball to the shortstop, Hogan. He flips on to Potts, and that'll do it for the Quakers in the bottom of the 5th. Earlham leads it 3-2.
At Riskwork, we're Team Indiana through and through. From coaching youth basketball to protecting critical infrastructure. Like our partners at IndianaSRN, we invest in people first. That same grit and leadership on the court drives our work in cybersecurity. We help businesses stay secure, resilient, and ready with no guesswork. If you can trust us to protect the grid, you can surely trust us to protect your Indiana business.
I'm Glennae Meinhardt from the biology department, and I have been working with students on trying to find this really rare insect called Merope tuber, the forceps fly. So we've been on the hunt for this mysterious, weird bug that we don't know much about. Finding the insects has been really tough. A couple of years ago we found a bunch of them at around the same time of the year. It was a county record. It had never been found here before.
What we're thinking right now is that they reside underground, and so it's a lot more difficult for us to catch them. We've been using these, they're called malaise traps. It's like a bunch of mesh nets that are set up that will intercept the insects in their flight path, and then they'll crawl up into a tube of ethanol, which we'll then collect and look through.
And without having the specimens, we can't really answer any of our questions that we have. So what causes them to...
We head now to the, let me turn my score sheet over, the 6th inning. You get a chance.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's close to that. Wolf to lead things off, followed by Dorsch. Just saw Matt Brankel, who was a part of that 2017 championship team. Now a superintendent. Well, those guys have made some strides. This one hit well into right field. That's going to be tough, and a home run.
Wow. Room to spare. You think that's why they kept walking him in the first game?
Yeah, I think so. He is swinging the bat as well as anybody today, and he just tied this one up at 3 apiece. I wouldn't pitch to him for anything. And he got every bit of that one. Well, I tell you what, Anderson has not lost to me anything from coming from behind to win that game over Hanover. We were wondering a little bit about their emotional status coming in. Will they have any juice left? And so far they've shown that they're okay.
Yeah, and the longer you get in a game like this, the more confidence builds.
Dorsch, a single and a run scored in the first. He flew out in the third. That one's hit foul. Mentioned Matt Brankel, part of that championship team, and this is quite a gathering of former Earlham players. A lot of them still live around the area, Indianapolis, and certainly up here in the Kokomo area. That one hit foul. You know, the funny thing is all those guys are making all those big dollars now. And they haven't given me any of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Dorsch. Two and two. Dorsch has an RBI to his credit here in game 2. Hit well, but right at the second baseman, Jeffries. There's one away. Here's Hogan. There's a called strike. Hogan is now 2 for 2 here in our second game for the Ravens today. Hogan singled in the first inning and also singled in the third. Big cut and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Winner of this game will play tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a little bit of a longer break for the winner. That'll be game 7 at around 4:30 if everything were to play according to schedule, which has not been the case here today. Pitch is outside. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Huntsman with a pitch, got him. Nice pitch by Huntsman, and here's Brown. Brown walked in the first inning, struck out in the fourth. Inning number 6 brought to you by Jimmy John's. Great to have them on board this year. Off the end of the bat, foul. Popped him up. Third baseman Dick is there, and he will make the play for the final out here in the top of the 6th. We're tied at 3.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
I'm Delaney Kelly. I'm a sophomore. I'm from Newburgh, Indiana. I'm a double major in marketing and sports management with a minor in sports communication, and I'm a part of the women's soccer team here in Manchester.
My name's Kenneth Red. I'm a junior. I'm a business management major, minor in coaching. I also run track.
Samaritan's Feet is a nonprofit organization.
Help send shoes to kids around the world. Delaney and I partnered to help bring shoes to kids in North Manchester area.
Samaritan's Feet started to kind of do NIL deals for student athletes, as that's kind of become a bigger thing in college sports. Asking for money is never easy. Like, we've seen that just both being business majors and taking sales classes. Trying to explain this to 85 different people, you sound like you're repeating yourself, but in reality, like, it's good for us in a way because
back here in Kokomo, as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, Barnett, Rick, and Duncan all do it for the Quakers, the number 1 seed, right now being challenged by the number 5 seed Ravens. Where's the big bat? Right now belonging to Wolf, though he did strike out and ground out. He hit that towering home run that got out of here pretty quick to tie this ball game at 3. Miller back in for the Ravens. This one chopped over the middle. Charging is Potts, the second baseman, and there's one away. That'll bring up Rick. Dylan struck out back in the first inning, walked in the 4th. He was part of that barrage of walks and wild pitches we saw from Wilson. And he takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. Now the 0-1. Hit well down the line, but hooking foul.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
My goodness, did he hit that?
That went past that big table and stuff, wherever that, I don't even know where the ball ended up. Went past all that out there.
There's the path out there. It was kind of out near that.
The party, we used to call it a party deck, but that's really not a deck out there.
We've seen some pretty good shots today.
Oh, the party pagoda, thank you. And he got him. So we will remember that for future reference, the party pagoda, which it's 330 down the line. That's got to be another, what, 70 feet? Probably 400.
He hit that 400 feet.
Here's Duncan. Miller coming back strong after that long foul ball.
That's among you and my many talents, is our ability to just sort of automatically determine how far a home run was hit.
Yes. Well, it comes from our...
We'll have to talk to Jerry about getting that flashed up on the screen, too, like whatever number we... You always wonder about that, too. You're like, immediately, it's like, that was 436 feet. Really? Was it?
There's a base hit by Duncan. 2-out single. Well, bottom line is, who's going to challenge us anyway?
If a computer can just sort of like make it up, then why can't we?
I agree, and we will. I've made up most of my 40-some years of broadcasting. Here's Jeffries. 1 for 3 today with a run scored. I figure that when I started this a long time ago, I think it was about 85, that I didn't want to work hard anyway. And I'm still not working. Thank you, Jerry. Breaking pitch stays inside. The stretch by Miller. And the pitch. Inside, ball 2. If you've just joined us today, the game started at 10. We still have one more to go after this one. And that catches the outside corner for a strike. No doubt about it, day 1 is a grind. And then you get into day 2, and you kind of know what to expect after day 1, but it can be a long day as well because, again, 4 games tomorrow. Pitch low and inside. You have the 2 losers brackets trying to survive, and they will throw everything out there to try to make sure they get into the later stages of the tournament, so anything can happen tomorrow. Fly ball center field. Doran is there and will make the catch for the third out. We will head to the 7th inning. We're tied at 3.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get him.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
They don't see the 6 a.m. alarms, the bruises, the doubt. They see the wins, the highlights. They don't see what it took to get here. I've missed, fallen, started over and over. But every time, I showed up again, not just for me, for my team, my school, my future. This isn't just a game. It's how I rise to new heights.
Back once again here in Kokomo at Municipal Stadium. Inning number 7 brought to you by Wheeler Mission. And by the way, Wheeler Mission does a great job in the many areas, but especially in the city of Indianapolis. They'll be doing in November, if you're interested in some of the activities they do there, check out Wheeler Mission, because they have, I think they call it the Turkey Trot, something like that, where you can go out and walk a couple of miles, or if you want to run, which I know you'd be a part of the running side of things. Here's Stiller. I think the run is a 5K. Now, what I try to do when I've done that the last couple of years is I sneak up to the front of the line where all the elite runners are, and I at least run with them for the first 25 yards. So people think, wow, these guys are pretty good. And then I fake I got a hamstring pull.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of people out there analyzing where you are at the beginning.
I'm not sure if that... No balls and a strike now to Stiller. Hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Grounded out in the 4th. Ooh, that didn't miss by much. 1 ball and 1 strike. Huntsman 75 pitches, and he misses a little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Popped up foul and out of play. Here's a right-hander warming up in the Earlham bullpen. Everything quiet for the Ravens. And the 2-2 pitch. Lined up the middle and caught by Barnett. Nice play by Barnett. And there's one away.
A looping line drive. Right when Barnett took off, I thought he was going to get to it.
Here is Kellen Bailey. Bailey's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Mentioned these two teams split in the regular season. That's hit down the line. That'll be fouled by just inches. That definitely would have been extra bases there for Bailey. So no balls and a strike. Bailey, the number 8 hitter in the lineup here in game 2. The pitch on the way, lifted high in the air to the right side. Duncan is there. You can hear him calling off Jimenez, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Ian Potts. Potts 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. Identical numbers on that scoreboard. Each team with 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. First pitch to Potts in there for a strike. It has turned out to be a cool night, but a nice night here in Kokomo as that pitch low and outside. Generally, though we've had rainy weather here in Kokomo in the past, I don't think we've had quite as cool of weather for our first day of the tournament. Supposed to get better by tomorrow. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one right down the middle. Top of inning number 7 here in Kokomo of our 3rd game. Rose-Hulman, Transylvania coming up after this one is over. Break-even pitch on the way is outside for ball 3. Transylvania, the number 2 seed, getting a chance to basically rest all day. That one hit foul. I see that Rose-Hulman is back. I'm not sure what they had done all day long. They, again, had that 3-hour and 38-minute marathon and
used, what, 5 pitchers in that one?
Yeah. So I'll be curious really to see what their strategy will be against Transylvania, who's a very good hitting team. Payoff pitch on the way, hit foul once again. Home plate umpire gets a fresh supply of baseballs as well. And we've gone through a lot of baseballs today, again, with that rain that we had earlier. A few of those balls are no longer in service as you take a look at the Ravens dugout. This one hit up the middle and a base hit by Potts. 2-out single, and we'll go to the top of the order now, Dorton. Looks like 24, Hayden Scalf is in the bullpen. He is a senior out of Richmond. This one hit into right field. Coming on will be Duncan to make the catch as Dorton, the final out here in the 7th. We're tied at 3.
Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
The Mount didn't just teach me, it changed me. My professors pushed me to think bigger. My mentors led by example, lighting the way. And every step, I leveled up. Now it's my turn to teach, to inspire, to pay it forward. Because every challenge, every late night, every aha moment, every grind has taken me to new heights.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 7. Jimenez will lead things off, followed by Rother and McFarland. Tied at 3. Again, the winner of this game play tomorrow at 4:30. The loser will have a 1:15 start time tomorrow. Miller back in for another half inning of work. Jimenez has a run scored. He's 0 for 2. Did strike out looking in the 4th inning. And the pitch by Miller, low and outside, ball 1. It does show you may be the number 1 seed, but nothing is going to come easy. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Good breaking ball, but it stayed inside. 2-0. Now 3-0. That pitch not even close there by Miller. Still no activity for the Ravens in their bullpen.
Miller's done a nice job.
And there's a called strike.
Ooh, that was generous.
Here's your 3-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, foul. There you see the right-hander Miller as he is set to throw once again. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jimenez. And the pitch. Got him looking. Second time Jimenez caught looking tonight. One away.
Never a good look when you're tossing the bat to walk and you're getting rung up at the same time.
Mitchell Rother has a base hit to his credit in the 5th inning. Rips this one foul. And on the feet-o-meter, we had what was the other one, 389?
That was the one that stayed in. The one that left was more like 405.
Oh, 405, okay.
Yeah.
Always check the feet-o-meter first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low and outside. Now the 1-1. 1-2.
Good pitch.
Rother and McFarland, a combined 18 home runs between these two in the 3 and 4 spots this year. This one hit well in the gap. That's going to fall in for extra bases. Rother heading to second, and he will be in with a stand-up double. There is your go-ahead run. Second hit now by Rother. There is the most important game of the day right there when you see the pitcher is playing a little hacky sack and only using their feet.
Anderson was doing that during the rain delay.
I'm not sure what gets you kicked out of the hacky sack circle there, but or you just do it for fun. Here's McFarland. McFarland 1 for 3 as he fouls that one away.
Would you have that one in terms of how far it went?
I don't know. I don't have the feet-o-meter. You have that. I noticed on your computer, so. You have any idea?
Let's go with 391.
Still think we ought to get our producer to put that up on the screen sometimes. The 1-1 pitch. That's hit well. That could be trouble. McFarland. That one hits the base of the light pole in right center field. And for McFarland, his 10th home run of the year. We call that again a no-doubter.
I've seen 4 home runs today, and every single one of them has been a no-doubter.
Yeah, they crushed him. Well, now I don't know how far that one went, but that had to have been 400, right, at least?
It was more than 400.
Here's Wagster.
So 400 is center field.
It's 360.
There's
at 369.
There's a nice little patch of grass there, and then there's a path, and then there's the light pole.
Pitches outside. So we just need to maybe at some time after this game, you go out with a tape measure, measure the grass, measure the little path there.
Big fan of just making it up.
Okay.
Big fan.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Earlham now leads at 5-3 as he takes that one for a strike.
So to your point about the graphic, what we need is for the graphic to look real so that it justifies the number. I'm pretty convinced that that's what most sports technology does anyway. It's like the the automatic balls and strikes.
Right.
It's like that just looks cool. Doesn't
really
really
serve a
solve
purpose,
any
right?
of the problems.
1-2 now to Wagster. He is 1 for 2 today with a walk and a swing and a miss. Out number 2.
Do we know when we see that graphic that that's actually where the ball went by the plate?
No, we don't. We don't. But as long as the fans think it's real, that's all that matters.
It's like, the example before that, right, would be the automatic first down marker in football.
Right. Good point. Austin Dick will take that pitch outside.
And then when the automated line fails to solve the problem, then what we'll do is we'll walk people out from the sideline and have them measure, because where they end up is probably exactly where they started.
That's right. Base hit by Austin Dick. Third hit of the inning now for Earlham. Right-hander now throwing for the Ravens as Barnett will step to the plate.
This is where Anderson attests to their pitching mettle, right? How long can you stick around when you've played 2 games today with the top seed?
Barnett walked and scored back in the 4th inning. How do we really even know anymore with AI whether we're even here? Everything is so fake anymore. Am I right about that?
A step beyond philosophically where I was going.
Oh,
that was
my.
tough.
That is definitely the worst wild pitch I've seen in a long time.
Yes, foot dragged.
And that may be it. They're going to come at. I don't think they need to check him for anything. I think he may have just.
I just think it was a footwork issue.
I agree.
Yeah, he's telling them. I just tripped.
I think this is another interesting ploy. Let's go out and see if he's injured. That way our bullpen gets more time to warm up. Am I correct?
Right, yes. What is this? Oh, and they don't get to count it as a conference.
Right.
Because it was a quote-unquote injury.
But the key is you got to take the trainer with you.
Yes.
You can't go out there by yourself. 2 balls and no strikes now to Barnett. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0. You can tell when we've been on the air for 9.5 hours that things get a little goofy by the end of the day.
Got to talk about something.
Yes. There's a called strike. Anyway, I won't talk about AI anymore because I'm not sure what to believe. Just to let you know. Here's the 3-1. Up high, ball 4. Second walk to Barnett.
Like maybe we'll get so reliant upon the AI that we won't even need to play sports anymore. Like we'll just put robots out there.
I agree. I guarantee it'll happen. And they're cheaper. Why pay some guy in Major League Baseball $35 million a year when I could probably get him for $35?
Why all that strenuous effort you have to put in?
That one hit well into center field. Dorton will back up on it. It falls in for a base hit. Another run scores. No throw to third, and the Quakers have put 3 on the board here in the 7th inning, and they extend that lead. And that may be it for Miller. Rick getting his first hit. And we will have a pitching change. Quakers lead at 6-3.
Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
The Mount didn't just teach me, it changed me. My professors pushed me to think bigger. My mentors led by example, lighting the way. And every step, I leveled up. Now it's my turn to teach, to inspire, to pay it forward. Because every challenge, every late night, every aha moment, every grind has taken me to new heights.
You don't use it. And we will have a new pitcher as Drew Doty will come on here in the 7th inning. Quakers able to put 3 runs on the board and try to add with 2 outs. And the number 9 hitter, Duncan, coming up next. So the Ravens now find themselves in a little bit of trouble here in the 7th.
Miller goes 3 1/3. I was wondering if that was his longest outing of the year. It was not. He went 4 against Mount Union. He went 5 1/3 against Bluffton on March 22nd. And he went 3 2/3 against Berea on April 21st. So he has had some long outings this season.
So Drew Doty will take over as Duncan steps to the plate. Duncan singled his last time up in the 6th inning. Of course, this half inning highlighted by the McFarland 2-run home run. And the Quakers adding another run with the base hit by Rick. And the pitch by Doty is low and inside, ball 1. He had a little sidearm action to his delivery as well. Now the 1-0. Down the line, and that will curve out of play. Think about Barica there in right field. He can cover some ground quickly. So Barnett at third. Rick is at first base. They'd love to get a couple of more here if they can. Now the question is, will the Quakers go to their bullpen? I would say, I'm not saying that's a safe bet, but it might be the way to go if they can save an arm, maybe for later in the tournament. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Evan Duncan out of Frisco, Texas, and they got him. With the Quakers put 3 on the board, we head to the 8th. Earlham leads at 6-3.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Hayden Scalf will take over for Earlham on the mound, and Tyson Stratton will be the new catcher for the Quakers. Give us some numbers on Scalf. He is a senior out of Richmond. First pitch in there for a called strike. Scout, by the way, first teamer on the HCAC team. Barica at the plate, fouls it off, and he's quickly behind it 0-2. Hayden this season, as that pitch is outside, he's making his 17th appearance, 30 2/3 innings, 34 hits, 13 runs, 9 of those earned with 30 strikeouts and 8 walks. 4-1 on the year with an ERA at 2.64. Opposing teams hitting at a 270 clip, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's hit down the line, foul. The break-even pitch, line to the second baseman. There's one away as Jeffries will snag that one for out number 1, and that'll bring up Wolf. And, of course, Wolf hit that towering shot in the 6th inning.
All right, Coach, what are you doing?
I'm walking him. I don't care what. I will not let him hit. They're going to let him do it anyway.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Now, the one advantage you might have here if you're Scalp is he has not seen you yet today. So he's going to have to make some adjustments as a hitter. And he adjusted well, by the way. There's a base hit by Wolf. Okay, so it only took him 1 pitch to adjust.
Okay, I mean, so if you walk him and if he gets a single, you're even.
Here's John Dorsch. I'd rather frustrate him and not let him hit.
Yeah. There's no way I would have pitched to him there.
Dorsch is 1 for 3 today. Scalf into the stretch and the pitch, and it's up high. So again, Stratton takes over behind the plate. There you see John Dorsch. Well, that missed by much. 2 balls and no strikes. Scalp has been used not only as a starter, but also out of the bullpen in his 4-year career. Ground ball backhanded by Rother. They'll get 1 at second. The relay onto first. Did they get him? No.
Didn't have his foot on the base.
Yeah, Scalf tried to get over. I think he beat him there, but just did not get his foot down in time. But a great play there by Rother.
Here's another look at it. So, nice job getting the lead runner. And gets over to the vicinity. I don't think his foot was on the base. I think it's the right call.
So here is Dylan Hogan. Hogan today, couple of base hits. He's 2 for 3. And the pitch high and outside, ball 1. Two away here in the top of the 8th inning. Quakers still with a 3-run lead. They're the number 1 seed, and that's a called strike. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Popped him up. Should be an easy play here for Rother, and it's going to be the shortstop Barnett coming in and making the catch instead. That'll do it for the Ravens. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Quakers lead it by 3.
poker room at Anderson.
We are back here in Kokomo. Quakers lead at 6-3. It'll be Sean Jeffries to lead things off. 1 for 4 today. He'll be facing Drew Doty for the first time. Doty working from the stretch and the pitch. It's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Jeffries singled and scored in the first, lined out in the second, flew out in the fourth, and flew out in the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball that's outside. They ask down to first on the appeal. He did not go around. Now the 1-1 pitch. By the way that the sun is now setting, the players on the right side may have a difficult time with the ball coming off the bat. The 1-2 pitch, check swing foul.
I'll measure the length of the hits, and then you give us the trajectory of the sun.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very good at that. Yeah. The pitch on the way, pulled foul. Now remember, if it's a line drive, it's probably an issue for the guys on the right side. If it's a fly ball, it didn't really bother you too much because you're not looking up in the sun. Does that make any sense?
I'll believe you. I'll take it as biblical truth.
Thank you. By the way, this 8th inning brought to you by Morales Group Staffing. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that one hit him on the hand. So Jeffries down to second base, and that'll bring up Jimenez. Good look at first base, of course, with Jeffries being held on by Wolf. Quakers will love to add some insurance runs, or at least one here in the 8th inning before we think about the 9th inning, and it's bunted foul.
And if you're going to bunt in this game, I think it's the right spot where to do it. You're up 3. Try to get that extra insurance run.
Now, for Jimenez, isn't it better to try to push at first base side, knowing that Wolf is holding the man on? There's better chance of him getting that sacrifice down. He's trying to push it that way, and he does, and it will be a fair ball. The throw by Stiller, able to get the runner at first, and so for Jimenez, he does his job.
Ran right over it, so the umpire, assessing whether or not he touched it, decided he didn't.
Here is Rother. He doubled his last time up in the 7th inning. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Both bullpens are quiet at the moment. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, it's Brown, Stiller, and Bailey all due up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low and outside, 2-0. That is Jeffries down at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Rother was looking for his 10th home run of the year. By the way, did notice, though, that the numbers are not adding up as we go. If you're checking the live scoring, they're not giving you the current numbers for each and every player. There's a high fly ball. Dorsch in shallow left field will squeeze that one for out number 2. And I point that out simply because we saw McFarland hit his 10th home run of the year in the 7th inning, and they still have 9 in the stats. So, but he does have 4 RBI today. The numbers for today's game are in there, but they don't give you the total. and they will walk him. Probably a good call here, as they'll pitch to Wagster instead. Wagster today is 1 for 3. That lone single he had came back in the first inning. McFarland, by the way, not just the home run, but he also had a base hit in the first inning. So he's 2 for 4 today, so I think they'd rather pitch to Wagster. Plus, you're also looking at a righty-righty situation here, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. The stretch by Doty and the pitch. Called strike. Earlham now 6 runs, 9 hits. The pitch. Jammed in, but good enough to get a base hit into right field. Rounding third will be Jeffries. He will score, and Wagster gets the RBI base hit after the intentional walk to McFarland, and now the Quakers lead at 7-3.
Now that's a big run right there. We talked about this. If Anderson had gotten that out, they'd be heading into the 9th with a 6-3 deficit, which is exactly what their deficit was in the last game, which they came back and won 7-6.
Here is Austin Dick, 1 for 4 today. That one hit he had was in the 7th. Hits this one well into left field. Dorsch going back on it, and this one is gone. Austin Dick, a 3-run shot, and the Quakers are opening things up big time here in the 8th inning. We call that one another no-doubter.
Yes, it was.
4 runs across. The Quakers have scored 7 unanswered runs. And here's Chris Barnett. And Doty got lit up pretty quick here, didn't he?
Dick in this one, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Good outing for him.
This one is hit into center field. Dorton will make the catch, but the damage already done, highlighted by the Dick 3-run shot, 4 runs in this half inning. Quakers now lead at 10-3 as we will head to the 9th inning. And now all you have to do is get the final 3. I see all you have to do is get the final 3 outs, and Earlham will advance to the winners game tomorrow at 4:30. But boy, I tell you, you talk about again, there's the home run, but flexing your muscle by one of the guys who's not one of your leaders in home runs. And I always love this celebration at the end. It'll be Brown leading things off unless we see a pinch hitter here in these last 3 at-bats, potentially last 3. Hayden Scalp will be back in for the 9th inning. Want to remind you, we will be at about 45 minutes to start the final game of the day. That'll be Rose-Hulman in Transylvania. Transy, the number 2 seed. Well, so far the script is kind of playing out how we thought it might, though the Anderson-Hanover game was kind of a toss-up between the number 4 and 5 seeds. But you have the teams that have hit the best and pitched the best advancing so far. Fly ball, shallow right field. Duncan is there, 1 away. Here's Stiller.
I think if you're Anderson, even if you lose this game, you feel pretty good about your day. question.
Swing and a miss.
Just like for other teams in their situation, kind of a lower tier seed, is how much more pitching do you have tomorrow?
Pitch is inside. And that's what the coaches will go back and do and try to figure out what the game plan will be for tomorrow. There's a good look at the right-handed hitting Stiller, and he's now down to the count at 1-2. They will play tomorrow early in the day. First two games will be game 5 and 6 at 10 and 1:15. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That gets away from Scalf as Stratton again taking over in the 8th inning. And he lets him get on base with a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Bailey. First game will be Franklin and Hanover again at 10 o'clock. The loser of this game will play at 1:15 against the loser of game 4 between Rose-Hulman and Transylvania. Bailey 0 for 3 today. He has struck out twice, and looks like we do have a pinch runner, and that'll be Garrett Craig down at first base. The stretch by Scalf and the pitch. That's hit well into left field, but Wagster right there to make the catch. 2 away. And here's Ian Potts, as now the Ravens down to their final out. Potts grounded out in the 2nd, flew out in the 5th, and singled in the 7th inning. So he's 1 for 3 in game 2. And the pitch by Scalf was low and inside. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's hit foul.
My question for this Anderson team tomorrow is really about offense. Do they have enough hitting? Their hitting today was very timely. They got it in the right spots. Then it kind of failed them late in this game.
Yeah, which was the opposite of their earlier game in which they beat Hanover. They really struggled up until the 6th inning. Now the 2-1 pitch, hit foul once again. So Potts now down to the final strike for the Ravens.
If you took Wolf out of the lineup, Anderson would have really struggled today.
Yeah. Ground ball. Jeffries will flip on to Barnett, and that'll do it. So the number 1 seed advancing with a 10-3 win today for Earlham. 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Anderson 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. So the Quakers advance. They'll play tomorrow at 4:30. Anderson will play tomorrow at 1:15. And again, we'll have to wait and see between Rose-Hulman and Transylvania which two teams will be their opponents again coming up tomorrow. One more game to go today. It'll be Rose-Hulman, the number 3 seed, and Transylvania, the number 2 seed, in about 45 minutes right here on HCAC.TV.